Hey there, I'm Rachel, one half of the Grateful Gypsies, and this video is all about the best online TEFL courses. Now, I'm going to tell you about TEFL courses for 3 different categories. We're going to talk about the best TEFL course to teach English online. We're going to talk about the best TEFL course to teach English abroad. We're going to talk about the best TEFL course if you're on a tight budget. Now, the TEFL course that you choose is also going to depend on a couple of other conditionals. That's an English teacher word. If this, then this. And everyone's situation is going to be different. And it's going to be dependent on you and what your goals are with teaching English. And I'm going to touch on that a little bit later. And I'm also going to touch on cheap TEFL courses that you find on Groupon and what I think about them. Okay, so now this is actually a blog post that I wrote over on our blog, gratefulgypsies.com. And so I'm just going to share my screen with you so that you can see the blog post as I'm talking. So you don't just have to see my talking head. Okay, now I'm sharing my screen with you. You can see the blog post, the best online TEFL courses. So let's just get started. Now, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and guess that if you're watching this video, you already know what a TEFL course is. But for those who may not know, if you don't know, then TEFL, T-E-F-L, stands for Teaching English as a Foreign Language. And there are other similar English teaching certifications that you can get with a different acronym, but the TEFL course is the most widely recognized and accepted around the world. And since we're all about travel and digital nomad life, we're going to focus on TEFL courses. Now, why you need a TEFL? Pretty much, if you want to teach English abroad, online, you need a TEFL course. If you want to teach English in China, for example, like we did, we taught English in China for 5 years, you have to have a TEFL certificate in order to get a working visa. And if you want to teach English online, pretty much all of the best online English teaching jobs require a TEFL. In fact, if you want to teach for one of the platforms based in China, the Chinese government, as of March 2019, so pretty much exactly a year ago, made it a law that the online English teaching platforms have to require a TEFL certificate. So in short, you need a TEFL certificate, and I'm sure that's probably why you're watching this video. So if you want to go over and read the blog, there's actually a pretty hilarious, embarrassing story about me when I did my first ever live demo in China and how terrible it was. It's a funny, embarrassing story that just proves why having a TEFL certificate is going to make a world of difference. So head over to the blog post if you want to read that embarrassing story. I will leave a link in the description below. Here's one of my first classes in Beijing 10 years ago. This is back in 2010. All right, so let's talk about the cost of a TEFL certificate, TEFL certification course. If you've already done any research about TEFL certification courses, you may have found some really high prices. That's because in-person TEFL courses range, usually the cheapest you can find is $1,000. Usually they're more than that. Of course, you can do an in-person TEFL course if you have the budget and the time for it, but most people don't. And most people who are ready to start teaching English, especially if you're ready to start teaching English online, you want to get started right now. And that's why I recommend an online TEFL course. And the best quality and comprehensive TEFL courses cost anywhere between $200 and $500. So there's the price. These are key things that you should look for in a quality TEFL course. It should have instructional videos. It should give you a long enough time to complete your certification course. If you want to teach English abroad, you should look for a TEFL course provider that provides job placement, and you should look for a TEFL course provider that provides you with a tutor in case you have questions along the way. It makes a world of difference having someone to ask. Now, when it comes to online TEFL courses, you want to find one that's accredited. That means that the curriculum has been reviewed by an outside body to make sure that it meets the standards of English teaching. It needs to be a lifelong certification. You don't want to take a TEFL course where your certificate is going to expire, because then you'll just have to spend more money on another course to get another certificate. Also, you want to pay attention to the number of hours. Different schools and different companies have different requirements for how many hours of TEFL certification you need to have. And this is where it depends on your goals. And I'm gonna get to that a little bit later. But first, let's just go ahead and start with the best online TEFL course if you want to teach English online. Now, my #1 recommended course provider is Bridge TEFL. This is the company that Sasha and I got our TEFL certificates with, and I have always recommended them ever since. And about a year ago, they launched a specialized TEFL course specifically for teaching English online. So first, let me tell you why you should choose Bridge. It's because they have been in the business of training teachers to teach languages all around the world for over 30 years. They are the largest provider of TEFL certification training in the United States. They have over 4,000 graduates every year, and they've helped many teachers realize their dreams of teaching overseas and also online. They are accredited by the Accrediting Council for Continuing Education and Training, or ACCET for short, and this accrediting body is recognized by the U.S. Department of Education, and that's how you know they are a quality TEFL course provider. So let's talk about their specialized course in teaching English online. The full course is 120 hours, but it's broken up into 2 60-hour courses: the Foundations in Teaching English Online and the Advanced Methods in Teaching English Online. So here's a screenshot of what it looks like inside the Foundations course. Both of the courses have 5 modules. The Foundation course starts with an introduction to teaching online and includes teaching to children and adults, tools and technology for the virtual classroom, and lesson planning and assessment. The Advanced Methods course begins with preparing for the online classroom and includes lesson planning, error correction, and teaching for a specific purpose. And here's what it looks like inside the Advanced Methods course. Now, of course, there are pros and cons to everything, so I just want to go over those real quick with you. For this specific Teaching English Online course, all the content is about teaching online, so there's no irrelevant fluff. There's extra content that makes it engaging, such as case studies and pop quizzes along the way. You'll need to write a paper and do a quiz at the end of each module in order to progress. And you will need to get a certain score on that quiz in order to pass the course. You are assigned a tutor, which is one of the things that I already mentioned. And this is great in case you run into issues along the way or you have questions. It's really helpful to have that tutor there to help you. And you can track your progress as you go. This is what it looks like when you track your progress. So those are the pros. The only con of Bridge that I've really found is that you might need to wait a few days on your tutor to give you feedback, and you have to get that feedback and be passed by your tutor before you can move on to the next module. This is the only con that I ran into, because when I did mine originally, I was in a little bit of a hurry, and I submitted a paper on Friday and didn't hear back from my tutor until Monday, which makes sense. You know, of course, people should take the weekend off. But like I said, I was in a hurry, and you need that feedback and you need to be passed by your tutor before you can move on to the next module. And that's really the only con that I've found. So that's it. This is my recommended course if you want to teach English online. Now, I am an affiliate of Bridge TEFL, and they made me this microsite here. So if you click here if you want to enroll in one or both of these courses. then it'll take you to my microsite. And this is what it looks like. It has my logo here and the Bridge TEFL logo here. Now, before I go into detail about how to use this microsite, let me just tell you who should take 120 hours and who should only do one of the 60-hour courses. You do not need a full 120 hours to teach for most of the online English teaching platforms. Only the 60-hour course is good enough. So here's my recommendation. You should enroll in both courses, both 120-hour courses, if you have little to no experience teaching English, you do not have a bachelor's degree, or you are not a native English speaker. These are the people, if that's you, you should do all 120 hours. Also, you should get the full 120 hours if you want to teach full-time online for platforms such as italki, Preply, or Lingu, where you are responsible for creating and executing your own lesson plans. Also, italki has a different program for teachers that have more certifications. Yes, you can set your own price on italki, but if you're in that more specialized category of teachers, you can charge more. So there's a good reason to get the full 120 hours. But like I said, you do not need the full 120 hours in order to teach English online. Now, if you are only going to do one of the 60-hour courses, you should enroll in the Foundations course if you have little to no experience teaching English, you don't plan on teaching full-time, and you only need to teach English online to diversify your income. You should enroll in the Advanced Methods course if you already have some teaching experience, but you haven't done it in a while, and you already have some TEFL training. Now, back to my microsite. You just need to scroll down here. Here's the Foundations course, and here's the Advanced Methods course. Now, don't worry, I am currently in Colombia, which is why it's showing the price in Colombian pesos, but not to worry, it's going to show the currency for whatever country you're in. Now, I want to tell you something that's very important to know. That's if you want to enroll in both 60-hour course, I have been given, Bridge TEFL has made it possible for me to offer you a discount. So if you enroll in both the Foundations and Advanced Methods courses, you can bundle and save. So you simply just click Enroll Now, and it will move them up to your cart. And when you go up to the cart, you will see both courses there, and you will see, it won't show you exactly how much the discount is, but if you did the math, there's definitely a discount for enrolling in both courses at once, rather than just purchasing one and then purchasing the other one. So I just wanted to make that clear. You can bundle and save through my microsite. I will earn a commission at no extra cost to you. Any support is greatly appreciated. Now, on to the best online TEFL course for teaching English abroad. And again, I have to go with Bridge TEFL for this because of how long they've been in the TEFL game. And again, it's where both me and Sasha got our TEFL certificates. Now, again, I've already told you that all of their TEFL courses are accredited by ACCET, which is an accrediting body that's recognized by the U.S. Department of Education. Bridge TEFL also has a 92% rating on GoOverseas.com and an 8.4 overall rating on GoAbroad.com. The reason why I highly recommend their TEFL courses is because they have instructional videos, case studies, examples of different lesson plans, and in-depth instructions for how to teach grammar and phonics. It's been proven many times that more people learn from seeing rather than from just reading. And so the Bridge TEFL courses are very interactive and they're fun. They're not just like dry, boring information. And they cover important topics like classroom management, which would have made a huge difference for me early on in my English teaching career, especially because I was in classrooms with 30 to 50 students who couldn't even answer the question, how are you? Bridge TEFL courses tell you how to navigate all of these things. And schools all over the world will accept these certificates. You can do a 100-hour professional TEFL certificate, 120 hours, which is the master TEFL certificate, or 150 hours, which is an IDELT, International Diploma in English Language Teaching. This is what you need to do if you want to teach English abroad. You want to do one of these courses. You want to have at least 100 hours or more if you want to teach English abroad. You will not have to be concerned with your TEFL certificate not being accepted if you do one of these. So again, you can enroll in one of these from my microsite. So you just have to go to the TEFL certificates. Now these are all of their 100, they're big, fully quality comprehensive TEFL courses for those who want to teach English abroad. You can see it right here. They also have 40-hour and 60-hour, but if you want to be certain that your TEFL certificate is going to be accepted everywhere in the world, you need to do 100 hours or more. Of course, there are 120 hours, the most popular, but you simply come over here, you scroll down, you choose the one you want, you click enroll now, and then you simply go to your cart and check out. Again, I'm an affiliate. I will earn a commission at no extra cost to you. Any support is greatly appreciated. Okay, so that covers the best online TEFL course if you want to teach English online, and the best online TEFL course if you want to teach English abroad. Now, if you're on a tight budget and you just want to go ahead and get your TEFL certificate, but you want to make sure you do a quality and fully comprehensive TEFL certificate, my recommendation is myTEFL. Now, the difference between myTEFL and Bridge, and one of the reasons why it's less money than Bridge, is that unlike Bridge, it's not as interactive. They don't have videos, they don't have case studies, they don't have examples. It's simply you read the information and then regurgitate it on a quiz. And then you have to get at least like a 90% on the quiz in order to keep moving forward in the course. So also you don't get a tutor. So if you have questions, you'll just have to email their support and wait, and you very well could get a different response. You could get a response from a different person each time. But they are accredited. They are a member of the International Association of Teachers of English as a Foreign Language, and that is accredited by Online TESOL and TEFL Standards Agency. Here are their acronyms. They're also highly rated. They have a 4.78 rating on TEFL Course Review, 98% on Go Overseas, 9.9 overall rating on goabroad.com. And they also provide job placement if you want to teach English abroad in Thailand, China, Indonesia, Vietnam. They can help you find jobs in all of these countries. Now, here's one of the really great parts about myTEFL is that they donate to a charity. So they donate a portion of all payments to a charity. So getting your TEFL certificate with myTEFL helps the world in more ways than one. And here's a breakdown of what different amounts of money can get kids in countries where they need a bit more support. So this course is for anyone who's on a tight budget but still wants to get a comprehensive online TEFL course. And it's especially good if you're not really a visual learner and you don't care about watching instructional videos, then this is a good one for you. If you're in a hurry to finish and get your TEFL certificate, then myTEFL is the one for you. There are no writing questions. All you need to do is all you have to do to unlock the next module is to take and pass the quizzes. I would recommend the full 120-hour course because at the price that they offer, you might as well go ahead and get their most comprehensive course. Now, here's another reason why I think it's best to get a 120-hour course, no matter where you want to teach English. And it's especially important for those who want to teach English online. That is because if it all fails, for me and Sasha personally, if it all fails and this digital nomad lifestyle we're living just crashes and burns, our fallback option is to go teach English abroad. We've already taught English in China. There are plenty of other countries with a high demand for native English speaking teachers to come teach English. there's always going to be a demand for people who want to learn how to speak English. So if you think that you might want to teach English abroad someday, I highly suggest just going ahead and getting one of the full 120-hour courses. The great thing about myTEFL is that they gave me a discount code to offer our watchers and readers. And that is when you go to checkout, if you enter the discount code Gypsies35, that will give you a 35% discount, which will get you over $100 off of their full 120-hour course. So that's a really, really good deal, you guys, and I highly suggest you take advantage of it. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk a little bit about who should get what certificate. If you only want to teach English online and you have no desire to ever teach abroad, then do the Bridge TEFL specialized course in teaching English online. If you are a visual learner and you think you might want to teach English abroad, or if that's your plan, you don't care about teaching English online, then definitely do one of Bridge TEFL's TEFL courses, 100 hours or more. And then if you want to get a 120-hour course, but you're not really a visual learner or you're on a tight budget, then you should do the course, the myTEFL course, using our discount code Gypsies35 at checkout. Now, I told you I was going to touch on cheap Groupon courses, so I'm going to stop sharing so you can just see me. Okay, so here's the thing about cheap Groupon courses. You get what you pay for. You really can't expect to have a quality course when you're only paying $20 or $30. Also, with these Groupon TEFL courses, there are lots of other hidden fees. For example, when you finish the course and you need to get that certificate, you're ready to start applying to jobs and you have to prove that you have a TEFL certificate, they make you wait several days for whatever reason to get your certificate. And if you want to get it sooner, you have to pay. The other thing about cheap Groupon courses is that they expire. Your certificate will expire. So if you decide that you want to do something different a year, 2 years, 5 years down the road, and you want to go teach English somewhere, you're gonna find that your TEFL certificate expired, because that's what happens with these cheap Groupon courses. So I really strongly advise against doing the cheap Groupon courses, unless, and here's that conditional I was talking about, unless you really want to teach English online, you've watched one of my previous videos that talks about how teaching English online is the fastest way to become a digital nomad, and your sole intention is just to teach English online as a stepping stone to becoming a digital nomad, you're only going to do it for the 6-month duration of your contract. If and only if that's the case, then I say, why not just get a cheap Groupon TEFL? Because you'll get it quickly, you'll have what you need to get the job, and then if you're only gonna do it for 6 months, it doesn't matter that it expires. But if you want to have teaching English abroad as a fallback option, like me and Sasha, then you really should invest in 100 hours or more TEFL course. And that's the other thing, is that you have to think of it as an investment rather than a cost. Trust me, no matter where you're teaching English, whether it's online or abroad somewhere, you're going to make back what you paid for the course in your first month of teaching. I can promise you that. So that's why you have to look at it as an investment rather than a cost. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I will leave all of the relevant links to the blog post, to my microsite, with my discount code for myTEFL, all in the description below the video. Of course, please subscribe for more videos and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Okay, thanks for watching.